Shalom. First and foremost, before I begin this impromptu video, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, Rahawah Kakwadash, and all double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that continue to rule very well to this very day. Shalom. Peace and safety to the hopefully elect, and much love as always to the hopefully elect that's continually pushing out this word in sincerity and truth, in all charity, and if also in faith in this labor of love. Now, the topic of this video is going to be entitled "Wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth," or "Wickedness has polluted the whole earth," in which, I was meditating yesterday in the spirit about, this recent Halloween, right, which we call it, a so-called holiday, in which you had, of course, the usual. You got the kids out dressed up as monsters and demons, ghouls, goblins, ghosts, witches, warlocks, wizards, and that just goes to show you how wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. All right, and yet, you got the parents saying that, oh, there's nothing wrong with that. It's for the kids. They want to do this. They want to go out and have fun, this and that. Well, not knowing that the Lord is watching these people, man, especially our people, man. They say, oh, it's for the, they use the excuse that it's for the kids, but guess what? The Lord is witnessing you sacrifice, the parents sacrificing or making your kids a sacrifice, and that's basically what it is, man. If you go into the specifics behind that so-called holiday, Halloween, right? Really, the point of giving out candy and stuff like that was to appease the spirits that show up at your door. Basically those were offerings that were made to different spirits, and spirits especially of the undead, make sacrifices unto them and give them gifts, and what they would do was they would make treats and leave it out on the doorstep so that the spirits can partake in it. Same thing with what's the day called? I think it's called the Day of the Dead. I think it's Dia de Muerte, something along those lines. I forgot what it's called. Slakia, if I mispronounce it, but they would do the same thing and make the ofrenda, right? They'll make an ofrenda for their dead relatives, and they'll put like different treats and flowers and stuff that to remember them by. Put on make altars for their dead relatives. All right. So that tradition that's been pushed out by way of Halloween and also by Dia de Muerte, if I'm saying it correctly, those are for the undead, man. Those and the Lord specifically told us not to worship the dead. Not to make any reverence to the dead, because like the scriptures say, the Lord is the power of the living and not the dead. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the scriptures because, like I mentioned before, man, this whole holiday they went in, it was nothing but a wicked vibration, and the people are numb to it because they're used to dwelling and moving and operating in the spirit of wickedness. All right? But when it comes to our people, right, when it comes to righteousness, our people don't know how to operate in righteousness. Okay? That's why if you go into the book of Jeremiah, which I'm going to get in a second, it says that they're wise to do evil. All right. That's 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter, and the 5th verse says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." All right. There's no reason. It wouldn't be for any unknown reason that the Lord will bring these plagues upon the earth just because he wanted to. All right, just out of nowhere, without giving a specific reason. But the reason why the Lord wants to bring these plagues upon the earth, which come by the way of the sword, right? Which that's going to come by martial law. All right. The day of trouble, like the scripture speak about in Jeremiah 30th chapter and 7th verse. It says famine, which that's going to come as well. It's going to be a famine of both bread and water, and it's also going to be a famine of the word. All right. Death and destruction, which comes out of the sword and the famine. All right, which ultimately leads to the destruction of America, which is by way of fire. Okay, and this is the reason why the Lord is bringing these plagues. Right, verse 6, it says, "For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled." See, so wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled, man. And that's why the Lord is bringing these plagues upon the earth, because their wicked deeds have been fulfilled. All right, they went out and they done the work of wickedness. All right, or should I say their hurtful works? They went out and performed those hurtful works, which they don't know that really, man, when these children grow up, they're going to grow up in that same tradition, and they're not going to, the majority of them, should I say, because you are going to have some that's going to be that's a part of the 1/3 that's going to basically be given mercy. But the majority of the children that are there, they're going to be given over to destruction because of that, man. And really, that's through the operation of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, because again, the parents have put their children to being a sacrifice, man, by doing that. All right. Now, verse 7 said, "Therefore, thus saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit," which profane means outside the temple. Okay, doesn't mean using so-called curse words or rude speech. It says, "Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood cried unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually." And that's exactly what we do. We bringing out videos constantly about the wickedness, especially about the Halloween yesterday that took place. These are one of the things that we cry out about. All right. Now I'm gonna get the book of Jeremiah. It's like it. So Jeremiah chapter chapter 4 and verse 22. All right, it's the book of Jeremiah chapter 4 verse 22. It says, "For my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are Sod's children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge." See? So they are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. They don't have no knowledge of how to be righteous. They don't have no knowledge of the origins behind things, because really, when you go into specifics or anything that you see here on the soils of America, they all have an origin. Everything that you see has an origin, man, all the way down to the least common denominator. Not only these different beliefs and philosophies of America go have an origin, but you also have this doctrine which has an origin, all right, which we speak, and all the way down to the carnal level. You got other elements. You got other devices that you see here that's broken down all the way down to the element. All right. So everything has an origin, man, no matter what it is. Now, concerning Halloween, that has an origin. Christmas, that has an origin. Thanksgiving, that has an origin. Christopher Columbus Day, that also has an origin. All right. New Year's, that have an origin. Mother's Day, that has an origin. All right. Easter, that has an origin. All right. So no matter what philosophy or holiday, so-called holiday that you see here, they all have an origin, man, no matter what it is. All right. But once again, like the scripture says, it says, look, our people are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. So they have mastery of how to commit wickedness. When it comes to Halloween, they have the mastery of how to perfect that. All right. Because 9 times out of 10, our people be at the forefront of that. All right, Slack, I got to put the phone down for a second. Okay, Slacky. But yeah, our people have the mastery of committing wickedness. All right. That's why the scriptures say, how our people over exceed the deeds of the wicked. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not exactly sure how it's worded, but maybe if I type in the deeds of the wicked, or type it out like this, maybe he'll pull up. Right, here it is. Jeremiah, the 5th chapter, in the 28th verse, it says, they are waxing fat, they shine. Yea, they will pass the deeds of the wicked. See? Because when it comes to our people, they go all out for it, man. No matter what it is. All right? And it says, they judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper, and the right of the needy do they not judge. All right? So yeah, for doing these things, they prosper. All right? They looked at as the number one parents, you know, or you know, they're the cool, you know, the cool people, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, they basically, they've been given honors, you know, for doing things of this nature. Now, when you try to resist it and you say you don't want no part of it, they look at you as an outsider. Like you're crazy. You know, like you're like we're, you know, like they usually deem us, or they call us a hate group, right? All right. But that's why we operate in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. So therefore, we are going to look at as not of this world, because Yahweh Shai told us that we're not of this world, because he's not of this world. All right. But I'm going to go ahead